Hey, hi. Welcome to Tianyu Chen for his talk about deepin, another distribution. So we're very happy to hear about it. Thank you.
Okay, today I will discuss about the development and packaging in deepin. First, we'll talk about deepin, and then we'll move on to the main topic of today. About deepin, deepin is a distribution. It has deepin desktop environment shaped defaults, and it has many softwares in the App Store, including some Chinese apps maybe you don't know, some WeChat, Tencent QQ, WPS Office, and it also have apps you know like Mozilla Firefox, GIMP, Telegram, and it has native version and wine version we were working on before. Deepin is also have better support for Chinese CPUs, for example, the Longsun, and also Kunpeng, which is ARM, and Zhaoxin is x86. And we have lineups, which is not yet other packaging system. Deepin is originated from 2004. It's called Heavy Linux then, and from 2018 we switched to Ubuntu based from Deepin 9.12, 10.06, and 2.14. And from 2015 we have Deepin V version 15, and we have Deepin version 20 on 2020. Deepin version 20 is based on stable. It's not stable. It's based on booster, and we are now focusing on Deepin V23 version 23, which will be released. I think it's this month. And come out of Deepin, we have DDE. We have the Deepin desktop environment. It's an elegant, easy to use, and reliable DE. You can use it on Arch Linux, Debian, Fedora, Big Linux, and so on. Many ports, I think. Apart from English and Chinese, because we are a Chinese team, Deepin is also have support for some other language. Because, for example, Spanish and Portuguese. We translate it using Transifex and Weblate. We have some other local communities. Yeah. And let's move on to our main topic: how we maintain packages. We have some keywords. GitHub, and we use Open Build Service, and we have a bot for synchronizing packages. We use GitHub for our workflow. We have package source. We have every package repository on GitHub. We have package source hosted on GitHub. When a pull request comes, webhook sends to a self-hosted pro. It is part of Kubernetes. We have it self-hosted. It can trigger anything. It can trigger basic checks. We can trigger OBS build jobs. It is actually a Docker file. You can do whatever you want in the check. And when the pull request is merged, a Git tag will be created automatically by a bot called tagbot. We have a topic mechanism. Oops. We have a topic mechanism. If you want to integrate many packages by in the same time, you can use topic mechanism. You can use it by git checkout -b and topic -blah blah, and the blah blah will be your topic name. And for example, when you are doing, for example, Python 3.12, and you are transitioning to that, you can have topic. You can have all packages related to Python 3.12 relevant, and maybe Qt6 transition. And we can also use that topic mechanism. You can rebuild all the packages in the topic, and when a topic is created, it will create a GitHub project. It will create an OBS project. OBS we'll talk about later. The OBS project will build all the packages within the same topic, and they will put all the packages you integrate into the OBS project, and it will go through builds. Binary packages, and will be built into the same repository. And talking about OBS, OBS is by OpenSUSE. It's a build system by supports many. It doesn't not only supports OpenSUSE, it supports RPM, it supports DB, it supports Arch Linux, and the Open Build Service is their website, and we have a instance in build.deepin.com. Android actually have introduced this in DebConf 20, and I will have more about it later. About GitHub OBS projects. OBS projects are managed. Projects have two types of projects. One is OBS managed project, and another is DoD repository. OBS managed project, it will automatically rebuild anything. If you have Python 3 defaults from Python 3.11 to Python 3.12, it will rebuild anything, and it will do automatically build dependency calculating. And DoD repository is an external repository. For example, if you want to use external repositories, you want to use Debian repository, you can use a DoD repository, and it will download whatever you need, whatever in your build dependency, and it will build. And the OBS Pro package, it has two styles specific in Debian or Deepin. The first is DSC style. You can use OSCSP command line 2. You can use the OSC to check out a package and move into the directory, and you can use dget to fetch a DSC or apt source if you like, and you can push it, commit it, and it will build on the server. Another style is the OBS GBP style. GBP for Git build package, and you can use a service file. The service file is XML. It has a Git clone repository, Git clone URL, and others. And it will automatically call GBP to download the repository, and it will automatically run make original the tar and make DSC. And when a pure pull request comes, you can have it have a branch request file. It's a JSON file, and it specifies the repository name and the commit ID, and the GBP will check out it and build it at your request. And about project config. Project config defines the build environment. It defines what is in your CH root, what is in your build environment. It's just like the build D environment, and this is an example. You should be manually configure it. You should configure all the packages in essential yes, in priority required, and you need to have dpkg dv for dpkg source, and build essential, USR merge, and lintian. Lintian is supported if you install it. If you don't install it, you will not have lintian. If you have lintian, it will run lintian after the build. The dependencies are expanded by OBS using OpenSUSE's algorithm called BSL before build starts. It's calculated on the OBS project. It will expand the dependency. It will get the scan the repository and get what's your build dependency, get your chroot list, chroot pre-install list, and they will combine that, and they will expand it until it reaches a state that you will not have more dependencies. Then it will be a full chroot. It will be all the packages you need. They have two build engines. The first, they are called dbuild, but they are not the dbuild in Debian. The second is debootstrap. The so-called dbuild is just an algorithm. It gets all the packages list from OBS, and it loops it, iterates it, and it unpack, configure. But debootstrap works better. For example, if you have two packages that cannot be unpack first, configure for next, unpack next, for configure next, you can use the bootstrap because it will unpack two packages first and configure two packages later. To use it, you will specify it in the project configuration by specifying the build engine called the bootstrap, and you will require it in your project configuration. And one more thing, there's some stuff that's maybe not working because in Debian we have build any, build all, but in OBS it don't have one. You can use the build.script to specify what command will run. It normally runs the dpkg build package USUC to build the packages, but if you have a custom script, it will run the custom scripts. This is an example of the build script. You can export your build profiles, you can export your build options, you can specify as many as you want in the dpkg build packages. You can have build source, build any, but it's only a build script. It has no effect on dependency solving. So you can have it, but if you don't have the dependencies in your recipe, it's the DSC, the build dependency arch line, then it will still not start building. Then you will require either to edit the DSC file to remove the lines, or you can only override the configuration in the project configuration. And finally, publishing. Publishing, it will use the flat repository format, which is not recommended, but it still works. It will call dpkg scan source, scan package, and it will create a release file. And if you configure your GPG key, it will assign the release file. And we have a bot. It's quite new because it's just import any DSC you want to GitHub, but it will normally import the DSC from the Debian unstable archive. It will run git clone, dget, yeah, that's all. And sometimes it will detect potential transition if lib blah 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 and a number, the soul name changes. It can do some detection. And we have some to-dos. We don't have auto-pkg test run automatically now. We don't have pure parts now. We even don't have a bin. We don't have a transition checker. All transition is done manually now. We just scan the dependencies, just like bin doing, but manually. And lintian, we have lintian in OBS, but we do not collect all the lintian logs. So we do not have a lintian log set of a lintian from just like the UDD do. You can have all lintian errors, infos, warnings in UDD, but we do not have that. And more, maybe DP14, the gate, the Debian / unstable, and upstream in the GitHub. And we do not, maybe we will have build profile and build type support in OBS. That will be easy because having that, you can just now you need to have all the dependencies, but having build profile, having build type, you can just only use some dependencies to not building the documentation, do not run the test or whatever. And maybe DCBot can subscribe to the Debian developed changes and do some auto sync. Okay, that's all. Any questions?
As we have no questions, let's wrap this with a huge round of applause for our speaker, please.